Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Are you excited for another prophet story? I know I am, so let's get started. Today we are going to learn about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about the two migrations. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam received the first message from Allah at the age of 40 years in the cave of Hira. From that time on, he spread the message of Allah first secretly and then openly. This made disbelievers really angry and they started torturing Muslims in different ways. This cruelty increased to a point when Muslims could no longer live in Makkah. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told them to migrate to Abyssinia, where Christian King Najashi ruled. A few Muslim men and women migrated to Abyssinia, but the wicked Makkans found out about this and followed them. These Makkans went to the king's advisors and gave them expensive gifts so they could persuade the king to send the Muslims back and not give them protection. The king's advisors insisted that the Muslims be sent back, but the king was a wise and kind man. He called the Muslims and asked them about their message. One of the Muslim migrants, Hazrat Jafar Raziallah, came forward and spoke. He told the king, for the years we had forgotten the message of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. We were deviated from the straight path. Then Allah sent His messenger who taught us the straight path of Allah. He stops us from lying and hurting each other. When the Makkans saw that the king was listening to the Muslims, they suggested the king to ask them about Prophet Isa alayhi salam. When the king asked Hazrat Jafar about this, he recited the verses from Surah Maryam. He said how Prophet Isa alayhi salam spoke as a baby to defend his mother, Bibi Maryam, when people were blaming her. The king, on hearing all this, had tears in his eyes. He drew a line on the floor with his stick and said, "Between your religion and ours, there is no more difference than this line. The source is the same." Then he sent the Makkans back to Makkah and allowed the Muslims to live there in peace for as long as they wanted. Back in Makkah, the remaining Muslims were being treated really bad. Quraysh had put a social ban on Muslims. No one would do any trade with them or give them any food. Eventually, Muslims were forced to move to a small valley. There was no food. Muslims would eat leaves and sticks from trees. It was during this time that Bibi Khadija, Prophet's wife, got really sick and died. He was really sad by this loss. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had hardly recovered from this loss when his dear uncle Abu Talib, who had given him protection, also got really sick and died. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ declared that year as a year of grief because of the loss of his two dear companions. As Abu Talib died, Quraysh got really happy because now they could hurt Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. They started making plans to murder him. It was during this time that a few men came from Medina to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and invited him to Medina. Allah commanded Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to migrate to Medina, and so he migrated to Medina with the rest of the Muslims. When Prophet Muhammad ﷺ reached Medina, people were waiting for him. They greeted him happily. The Muslims had migrated from Makkah were called Muhajir, and the people of Medina who welcomed them were called Ansar. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ on reaching Medina gathered everyone and made Muhajirin and Ansar brothers. The Ansar were very kind and generous. They offered Muhajirin their lands, their money, their houses. But Muhajirin said that they would work hard and earn their living. In this way, a small, peaceful community of Muslims started to build. Muslims also built the Prophet's mosque, Masjid an-Nabawi there. The message of Islam started spreading to the surrounding areas, and more people converted to Islam. So that, guys, was about the two migrations in Islam. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and your family. Fi amanillah.